New Hampshire's push for more accountability and transparency when it comes to allegations of police misconduct dates back to 2020 and the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd. After much debate, discussion, and behind-the-scenes work, lawmakers, police, and activists appear to have reached consensus over how to move forward. Bills in the Senate and House would establish the Law Enforcement Conduct Review Committee and expand the definition of misconduct to include such things as discriminatory conduct, engaging in racist conduct or making racist statements, use of excessive force, and dereliction of duty that results in a preventable death or serious bodily injury.
This bill reinforces the values that we reflect as a state in terms of accountability and transparency and also fairness, both for the public and law enforcement.
The review committee would expand upon the existing Police Standards and Training Council, going from 2 to 4 members of the public. The council, which already features several law enforcement leaders, would also add a police officer below the rank of lieutenant and a professor from a New Hampshire college or university who teaches criminal justice. All of these appointments would be made by the governor. This committee would gain a staff attorney and 2 investigators, along with the power to conduct its own investigations and determine if prior investigations of alleged misconduct are valid.
Local law enforcement agencies often conduct internal disciplinary investigations with not a tremendous amount of transparency and often, in my view, frankly, with not a tremendous amount of public accountability.
The director of the Police Standards and Training Council says he expects to see more complaints of misconduct brought forward once the expanded and newly empowered committee is up and running.
I think initially we will anticipate that we're going to receive a fair number because I think that oftentimes if somebody doesn't know where to file a particular complaint, they're going to probably look to us.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.